Hello everyone, my name is Christy Ortiz, and today I will be discussing 3 mental side effects that are associated with an excessive caffeine consumption. I will also be discussing ways that you can avoid these mental side effects. Caffeine has always been a huge part of many people's mornings in America, and in fact it has even become a necessity to some people. I know you all may know someone who must have a cup of coffee every morning, or you might be that person yourself. There's nothing wrong with having that extra boost of energy to start your day. But you should also be aware of the many negative side effects. I'm sure you guys are all wondering, how can caffeine affect my mental health and what is considered too much caffeine? Well, today I will be going over 3 of those mental health side effects, the amount of caffeine that you should be consuming daily, and ways that you can avoid those mental health side effects. The first side effect I will discuss today is anxiety. The way anxiety can be caused from too much caffeine is when you drink caffeine and at a high level, it can make you feel nervous, and that nervousness can make you feel anxious. Caffeine is a psychoactive substance, so too much of it creates anxiety. The next side effect I will be discussing today is insomnia. Insomnia can be caused when you have too much caffeine in many different ways. When you have caffeine later in the day, it can make it harder for you to fall asleep. And when you lose sleep, it interferes with your performance the next day, and it makes you lose focus, and you'll also feel very exhausted. Also, when you have too much caffeine, studies have proven that high levels of caffeine can actually make you take longer to fall asleep at night. Another side effect that is associated with too much caffeine is addiction to caffeine. Too much caffeine can cause addiction because when you depend on caffeine every day, you depend on that energy that's from caffeine. So if you have one day where you don't drink that cup of coffee you're used to, you'll actually experience withdrawal symptoms. And these symptoms can be headaches, irritability, exhaustion, and loss of focus. Also, caffeine is a chemical compound that is found in over 60 different plants in their beans and their leaves and fruits. And 90% of North America actually consumes caffeine on a daily basis. It is also found in many household commodities such as tea, of course we all know coffee, candy, pills, and even energy drinks. Now I will be explaining ways that you can actually avoid these symptoms. So the daily amount of caffeine you should be consuming a day is up to 400 milligrams of caffeine. 400 milligrams of caffeine is equivalent to exactly 4 cups of coffee. This amount is also considered a safe amount for healthy adults to be consuming. Another way that you can decrease your daily intake of caffeine is just day by day you gradually cut back. You consume less caffeine than you did the day before, and avoid consuming caffeine in later hours of the day. You should be aware of the amount of caffeine you are consuming and check the caffeine content in all the substances that you use that have caffeine. So for example, I have this pre-workout. It is a substance that gives you energy to work out, and it consumes a lot of caffeine. So you check the label in the back of the caffeine content. So on here it is 378 milligrams per serving. So this is actually equivalent to your daily amount of caffeine. So you should not have more than 1 scoop of this. So some people are actually more sensitive to caffeine consumption. So say 400 milligrams is the amount that you should have daily, but if you feel jittery or if you experience any of these symptoms that I mentioned, you should actually limit yourself to less than 400 milligrams. There are many positive effects of caffeine. I'm not trying to persuade you guys to not drink coffee anymore or to be afraid of caffeine, but just be aware of the amount you're consuming because it can be very detrimental to your mental health. Never consume over 400 milligrams per day, like I mentioned before, and just know how to avoid these side effects. I hope that you all enjoy your morning cup of coffee minus the negative side effects. Thank you. And right now I will also go over the credit for the websites I used. For the side effects is healthline.com. The facts about anxiety is from the deathwishcoffee.com website. The history and facts of caffeine is from the Journal of Young Investigators. And the ways to avoid the caffeine side effects is from the Mayo Clinic website. Thank you.